Okay, calendar. For a clinic, and they will have a clinic with the professors over at Loyola.
Then they'll get to go to Louisiana Purchase Kitchen after that. And then our last day is Friday. They get to go to Blaine Kern's Mardi Gras World. They get to go and see all of the floats and how they're made. And they even get to go through and make masks and to take home as souvenirs. The total cost is $2,499 per student for quad occupancy. This is the same company that we used in the past. I think that they do a really good job. I think that this would be an awesome trip. And that is all for me. If you have any questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Are you chaperoning?
I am this time.
Okay, because you kept saying they, so
Yes.
you get to go too.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yes, I get to go this time.
Okay, and do they take their instruments with them?
Yes. So they do also get a carry-on. They already have one carry-on item that they have that comes in the price of the trip. Those people who have larger instruments, that is their carry-on item. So, but they also still do get to have a carry-on, or not carry-on. Keep saying carry-on. Check bag, thank you, sorry. That is their checked bag, but I also have a student who went through and like shoved all of his clothes in the bell of his instrument. And so it worked out pretty okay. But they also do still have their carry-on and a personal item as well. If they would like to go through and purchase another checked bag, it's probably going to be about $50 each way. Almost all of the food is included, other than the dinners at the airports, and I think 2 lunches are not covered. Yes.
I think there's just a little typo in the action. It would be June 7th instead of 27th.
Yeah.
Just so, in case it gets missed.
The price could go up or down depending upon airfare. He's currently having it at like $670 per ticket. If it goes up, we always have the choice. That's why I like working with them. It's like, if we want to keep the price, we can cut some things out. Or if we want to keep everything, we'll just pay a little bit more. They've done a really good job overall of making sure that all of our prices have stayed steady throughout a whole plethora of different situations. So,
What kind of fundraisers do you guys have planned?
we'll be doing a 50-50 this summer because that worked really well. I think we got $3,000 off of that just for Colstrip days. We're doing 50-50 in the stands. We have our for basketball, volleyball, and football. We'll have other fundraisers as needed. I'm actually telling parents, if you have some ideas, I'm more than happy to go through and facilitate as much as I can. Our dessert concert every year, that's going to go to the students' trips, and we usually get about $1,000 of that. A lot of this is also going to be student funded as well.
Right. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the CHS music out-of-state travel to New Orleans, Louisiana, June 7th through 11th, 2027.
Second.
Okay, motion second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board?
I'd just like to say I appreciate the students coming in. We always love to hear from you guys and for grading a few times. And you always speak very well, so appreciate them.
They're good kids.
New Orleans is a lot of fun. There's a lot of voodoo shops. A lot.
Well, they get to walk around the French Quarter as well, and they kind of get to
That whole is
Yeah.
a voodoo shop.
Oh my God.
It's a lot of fun though.
All right, just be careful what you bring back.
Yeah.
Be careful what you bring back.
My first trip that I had here was post-COVID in 2021. And there's a reason that you can't purchase swords in my stuff now. So, because that happened once. It only happened once.
All right, no swords.
Yeah, no swords. So somebody always comes up with a wooden sword at some point and says, "The sword, Mr. Crow." Nothing. Can't stab anybody with it, you're fine.
With that, Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie? Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. Have fun.
Have fun.
Bring us back pictures.
Oh, definitely. Actually, I do have, they took all of the pictures that they took in Bob Rogers app and they made a whole big collage that I actually have up in my office. And they also have a 5-minute video as well.
Well,
Nice.
I'll have to go and dig those out and put those up there as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. 9.02, resignations for our information.
I'm sad to see her go. She was
Yeah.
definitely a student favorite at that school.
Absolutely.
We were having some temporary technical difficulties, but we're good now.
Okay. Yeah. Unfortunate. Okay. 9.03, employment substitutes. I guess I'll do that for Scott. I'll be making the recommendation for district substitute for 25-26 school year. Peyton McFarland and Kyler Noser.
I think that's what's on.
Yep.
Second.
Silent.
Yep.
Okay.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the district substitutes for 25-26 school year, Peyton McFarland and Siler Noser.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board? Yes.
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie? Yes.
Aye.
Aye. 9.04 is seasonal employment. So I guess I'll be making the recommendation for hire for, or the following will be recommended for hire for seasonal hire. Robbie One-Bear, Steph Anzalone, Tammy Gardner, Heather Willoughby, Bert Connor, Stacy Dunn, Matthew Gibson, Emily Marin, Arvin Regis, Annie Big Left Hand, Lorraine Hanson, Maxine Gufferson, Robert Blanchard, Whitney Gufferson, Siler Noser, and Hayden McFarland. We can, if you'd like, you can take them as presented.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the seasonal hires for summer 2026 as presented.
Okay, motion second. Any public comment on this? Any further board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. 9.05. Extracurricular. I'll let Mr. Slater take that.
Sure, so bringing these names to the board for the following positions: Brenda Shred as the middle school assistant cross-country coach, Michaela Paul as the high school cheerleader sponsor both seasons, Kristen Morlock for the high school National Honor Society sponsor, Meredith Croft for the high school student council sponsor, Carissa Verlanik is the high school band and vocal sponsor, Cindy Wright as the high school assistant FFA sponsor, and Mr. DeSoto as the weight room manager at the high school for all seasons.
So all of these are employees except for one? Or are all of them employees, current employees?
They're all
They're all.
Okay, so we can get them all.
Yep.
Okay. I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the extracurricular hires for the 26-27 school year as presented.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this?
Terry Bone.
Terry?
Hey guys, Terry Bowen. So Carissa is a band and vocal assistant.
Okay.
Unless she really wants my job.
Assistant. Thank you.
The recommendation is made for assistant, but the wording and the board doc doesn't say assistant.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll amend my motion for as presented, noted that Carissa Verlanik is not the sponsor, but the assistant.
Perfect. Any further board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. MHSA annual membership. We do it every year. You want to make the recommendation? Go ahead.
And see the sports that we'll offer next year, same we offered this year. Also, along with that, those dues are $4,000, I guess. You get catastrophic liability insurance and a concussion insurance on there as well for the total of $4,502.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the MHSA annual membership for 26-27 school year.
Okay, a motion second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board?
Where are we with the rodeo association, trying to get,
Good question. I left a message to talk with them a few months ago and have not contacted anybody since then. So
Okay.
the same place we were when I talked to you last.
Okay.
But I will make contact with them to figure that out.
I think there's a lot of kids that.
I agree.
I think it'd be a big draw for our school too.
Okay. Anything else? Fran?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Tiff?
Aye.
Tech? Obsolete?
Not much to report on. The list was made by the previous supervisor, looked over it, confirmed everything on there. The plan is to give it all to Yellowstone E-Waste. That's the recommendation that I have. But I'm willing to hear anything that you guys want to do with it. Hopefully next year we can look at maybe getting some of our money back, but this year I'm just not familiar with all the items that are on there. So maybe next year.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the disposal of the obsolete inventory items presented as per policies 7251, dispose of school property.
Second.
Yeah, motion second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Good.
Aye.
Board training, we usually do that when we canvass. We can go ahead and do that. It's just approved schedule for board training through the MTSBA with any other board members, so I'm fine. I will go ahead and make that recommendation.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the scheduled board training through the MTSBA and any other board needs.
Okay, motion and second. Any public comment on this? Any board?
So they do have that new board member training. I don't know if anyone shared that with you. Okay,
Yeah.
it's like a webinar series.
Mhm.
So I think they've been so busy lately, they haven't came down. But I think the online resources that they have available are so good at this point.
I agree.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's also one on June 9th is the one that you were interested in too. That's in Helena. The only problem with that, and it has some really good, they do like mock board meetings, they talk about a lot of stuff at that. And it's for clerks, superintendents, and board of trustees. Except we have board meeting night 4. So I don't know how any of us would get to Helena by the next morning. But if some of you guys wanted to go and you still had a quorum, or you want to postpone the meeting, but
Or
That is an option.
The night before.
We he was willing to go or wanted to go. I think we could move it, the meeting.
Yeah, I make some plans to attend, so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out when we go. No worries. Did I second?
Andrew said.
And you second it?
Aye.
Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Yes.
Tiff?
Aye.
Aye. Board selfie val?
Did everyone do it?
We haven't got it yet.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. I think we all did it.
It was a
Yep.
month or so ago. Did you get the results yet?
Yeah, I did it.
I don't know if I got the results or not yet.
Deb would have sent them to you for the MTSBA.
Mhm. I'll have to ask Deb again, because her and I have talked about a few things, but it wasn't about the board eval. So, because she was supposed to compile them, and I'm pretty sure I threw you under the bus on that. Just send them.
Send them to me? Okay,
Yeah.
I haven't.
Okay, so I will follow up with Deb on that. I apologize. I think the board folks now. Okay. 9.10, graduation requirements. I think Ms. Nassel just wanted to get this on the board because we approved all that at the last meeting, so it's just clarified in that document now.
Yeah, if we're wrong about that, then she should just bring it back the next meeting. But I'm pretty sure this just shows everything that we talked about because we had so many changes verbally.
Nine point one. I would recommend the following verbiage to be added to exception to the policy was made for employees of the district whose residence is out of district. The students must meet the same criteria to be considered for enrollment as out of district students. You guys have any questions on this?
Yeah, that sounds contradictory to me.
Expectations.
Exception to this policy will be made for employees of the district who reside out of district. Student will meet the same criteria to be considered for enrollment as the other out-of-district students. So what's the exception to the policy?
I don't get that either because we always gave our out-of-district employees their
Preference.
kids got preference.
Yeah, they did. I think the question is that it's after if it's after the due date, was the question. If we wanted to,
If we
hire
hire
someone.
a staff member after the enrollment deadline, we would want the exception for that staff member's student or child to be eligible to enroll, meeting the same enrollment criteria as other out-of-district students.
So we should
Just a
say,
waiver of the timeline if we hire past the
I
enrollment
agree.
deadline.
Okay.
so we should say exception to this due
due
date
dates, yeah, I agree.
will be made for employees of the district who, yeah. And then everything else is fine.
Yeah,
Right, they
that
they
makes
still
sense.
have to meet all of the other
Sure.
enrollment criteria.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
So I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the policy recommended changes for policy 3141, non-resident enrollment, to say exception to this due date will be made for employees of the district whose residence is out of district. Students will meet the same criteria to be considered for enrollment as the other out-of-district students.
That makes sense.
Was that you, Angie? Yeah.
Okay, motion second. Any public comment on this? For the board?
And just part of it was the lack of available housing too. And if somebody lives in and out, in Forsyth or wherever, then that alleviates that issue
Yeah.
as well.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Okay. Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie? Tiff?
Hi.
Aye. 9.12. Mr. Slater.
So I went to the Coaches Association clinic when I first got here in August. The association, one of the things they talked to us about was the requirement for the physicals, instead of having it every year for whoever it applied to every other year. And the reason that they gave was that they were getting calls from rural doctors that at the beginning of August, when volleyball, cross-country, and football started, they were having to flood kids and they didn't have enough time or resources to get all their physicals done. So they said they removed the requirement for a physical every year to every other year. I think that's bad policy. I think we have the clinic, we have plenty of services here to get that taken care of in a timely manner. And if it's my child, if it's my son or my daughter, I'm gonna want them to get a physical every year. So I would want that for all the students, so that anybody who's physical in our school district. So if we can make that policy and disregard what the state association has said, I just think that's a better policy.
I move the Colstrip Public Schools Board of Trustees approves the policy changes for policy 3410, student health and examinations require a physical every year.
Okay, motion second. Any public comment on this? Any for the board? Francis?
Aye.
Sabrina?
Aye.
Angie?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, with that, move on to administrative reports. I didn't.
I had a question on the high school one, and I know Robin's not here tonight, but at the beginning of her report, it says current enrollment 133. 9 students have chosen to go online. So I read like 6 policies about online today, and I don't understand, are they doing that digital academy and they're still our students? And do we just allow anybody to go online if they want to, or I would like to open that conversation a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I'm not sure how it works and I'd like to learn more about it.
Terry wants to speak.
Eric?
So the students that have gone online are no longer enrolled. They just haven't transferred to another district. They're just not in our district anymore. They have enrolled as a homeschool program of some sort.
Okay, so we don't get the A and B. And then if they're homeschooled, they have to follow the homeschool rules for athletics.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so instead of saying go online, I think we should say homeschool.
Yeah.
I don't know, this really bothers me. Does your kid beg to do this every night? Mine does.
We do have, we have some students that do online classes, but they do them at the high school in a classroom. You know, it's monitored by Mrs. Nansel, whatever, but yeah, the rest of them are no longer enrolled.
Okay, so the 133 does not count those 9.
Yes, it does not.
Okay. Yeah, I know we use it for credit recovery, or like if there's an elective offered that we don't teach here, and those, I think those are good circumstances. I just didn't want to get us into we're an online school now.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you, Terry. That was the only question I had.
I didn't have any. All right, anything else?
We can survive May. I feel like we have something every single day. You guys probably feel even worse than that.
Can I share about the success we had with the Neuralign program?
Yes.
So I heard a sales pitch about Neuralign, and it's designed for students with dyslexia and ADHD. And I was like, is it too good to be true? Because really, people sell things and they make them sound wonderful and great student success, but they're not always as good as they can be. So Mr. Bailey and I asked Kim Hall for help, and she's been monitoring it. And we actually had 5 kids this year that have started the program, but they haven't finished it because we got the sales pitch a little late. But I included the map data just for the area of reading and to show their growth over time. So I did it from fall to spring, except for the last student because they're missing a fall score. But every student had either their highest or second highest growth in the years that they've been doing it. And we're not even done with the Neuralign program. And one of the teachers also reported that the kids are actually volunteering to read in class, and that was not the kids before. So they're having confidence with a program that is really low cost, and if we can help to give students confidence and maybe not have them stay in title forever, or become a special ed kid, there's where our bang for the buck is. So I'm going to be asking for more seats for it for next year. But if it's success for the kids, and actually there's 3 different levels, so kids could do the program more than once if they started at the lowest level. And there's already a wish list of kids we want to do the program for next year. So just sharing the success, but it's in the report. So highest or second highest math growth. So, which is huge for us to have with not even completing a program yet.
Sounds good to me. Perfect. All right,
I got something real quick. Since
Go ahead.
Dan posed things. The Southern B Divisional Golf Tournament was yesterday. Village. The boys took first, the girls took third. They both took the state. They'll be there next week, Monday. The practice round, Tuesday, Thursday. They'll be competing for state championship. District track is Thursday in Baker. We're going to that. And we prefer kids to do well there too.
Nice.
hopefully we can get that back again.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Stick around and talk to you about it afterwards.
We can at least alternate.
There you go. All right, with that, meeting adjourned. Thank you.